is 25.0 to 29.9. Obese is 30.0 and above. So what was his reading? 34?
Right.
All right. So you're technically with a BMI metric, they would have you classified as obese. All right.
I'm on a high level.
So you would need to lose a little weight, is what work on your diet, which is easy to say, right?
Yeah.
All right. So that's your BMI, given your height and weight. You're 5'10", 237. If you lost 30 pounds, that would put you in good shape. If you could get down to 200, that would be a target goal, to get to 200. And you hear me talk about weight loss on the show all the time. Dominique has a lot of experience with this. She worked with patients who had all sorts of issues of being overweight or obese was among them, right, Dominique?
Right, exactly. So keeping in mind that 3,500 calories is 1 pound lost or gained. So you have to incinerate. For every pound that you want to lose or need to lose, you multiply that by 3,500 and you come up with a total. And so I used to do this thing with patients called calorie banks. And if you think of calories in terms of money, it makes it a lot easier. So if you have 10 pounds to lose, you multiply 10 times 3,500, and you're somewhere in the neighborhood of 40,000. And so if you think about it, $40,000. So how am I going to earn $40,000? And then you're going to take the weight that you are versus the weight that you want or need to weigh, and there's going to be a caloric discrepancy there. So the more you weigh, the more calories you take in to maintain that weight. Mm-hmm. The less you weigh, the less calories you need to maintain the weight. That's the kind of the downside of being on the smaller side or losing weight.
There's another way to think about but there's another way to think about this too. And Michael, Dominique is absolutely right. 3,500 calories is equal to 1 pound of fat, let's say. All right?
Yep.
Think about this for a second. 3,500 calories, 3,500. If you had a calorie deficit, there's 7 days in a week. If you could reduce your calories by 500 every day by either eating less, moving more, or doing both. In other words, you had a 500 calorie deficit, 500 calories less every day. 7 times 500 is 3,500. You would lose a pound a week. Okay? Think about it like that. Say, okay, today is Wednesday. How am I going to consume 500 calories less? Maybe I don't eat that Snickers bar. Maybe I don't eat those donuts. Maybe I do this. Maybe I go for a walk. Somehow you got to get below. You got to burn or consume. Either way, 500 calories less. If you did that every day for 7 days, at the end of the week, that's going to be 3,500 calories, which is equivalent to 1 pound. Losing a pound a week is a big victory, I think. What do you think, Dominique?
I think that it's a good goal. Sometimes it's a little bit lofty. 500 calories a day cutting out sometimes is a little too drastic initially. But you have to think of it as a caloric deposit. So our goal is 40,000, right? We're trying to get 40,000 into the calorie bank. And to your point, no matter how we're going to do it, whether it's going to be a caloric deficit or whether it's going to be because we moved more, we want to consider it a deposit. So that 500 or 250 calorie deficit is a deposit towards the 40,000. I went for a walk, I burned 200 calories. That's another 200 calorie deposit towards this 40,000.
I understand. Yeah, we want to subtract. We don't want to add. We'll be back with Dominique Ostrander. Thank you, Michael.
Are your joints feeling out of date and stiff? Is that old sports injury flaring up? Is your body aching from the daily wear and tear at work? Body Vigor's Joint Ready keeps you at the ready for any joint pain that gets out of line. Unfortunately, as we age, joint pain becomes more common. Body Vigor's Joint Ready can help provide relief so you can continue to go about your day. Our formula contains sulfated forms of glucosamine and chondroitin. Studies show that these sulfated forms are more effective than regular glucosamine bound to hydrochloride. Joint Ready promotes a healthy inflammatory response, facilitates cartilage synthesis, and provides additional antioxidants. Keep your joints at the ready with Body Vigor's Joint Ready, exclusively on Amazon.com.
This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching. And welcome to the show. I was thinking about that phone call with Michael. You know, there are a lot of people listen and watch this show, okay? And I know that. We know what the numbers are. The numbers are big numbers. And if we're right about it, we have people listening and watching that are in great health. There are some people that have lots of challenges, and a lot of people in the middle. Some people are even dying. Okay? They're very sick. And what we're trying to do here is talk about these very serious, complicated issues in ways that make sense to people. And in talking to Michael, for example, and he self-disclosed that he can't see, he's blind. And we were talking about BMI. And he's overweight. He needs to lose weight. And he was interested in knowing how can I calculate my BMI score. To some that doesn't seem like a big deal. It is a big deal. To him it's important. And we've calculated, and I went and I looked. I was right about the BMI chart. I was exactly right. In columns off to the left is going to be your height. Your weight's going to be across the horizontal, across the top, and the BMI score across the top. So if you know your height and weight, you just find that spot on the chart, and then look up and see what your BMI is. He's somewhere around 34, between 34 and 35. So he's obese. Now, you know, he doesn't have the luxury of being able to go on the internet and do that for himself. So he calculated it for him right here. I guess what I'm trying to say is that you can't assume, you know, the simple things, it's everything. From simple to middle to complex, moderately complex to very complex. And people are, you know, one of the things I learned about this show, don't assume too much because you might be wrong. Let it, you know, try to see what's there and rather assuming what's there. And people need help in various ways. Sometimes it's just a simple thing, and sometimes it's more complicated. What I'm going to talk about with Dominique today is complicated. Talking about diabetes, and some of you may say, well, I don't have to worry about that. I'm not overweight. You know what? You don't need to be overweight. You can be pre-diabetic and have metabolic syndrome and be a candidate for diabetes very easily. You'd be surprised. Given the standard American, highly processed, stripped down, no nutrient diet that people are eating, fiber-free, loaded with salt, sugar, and fat, I can describe it even more. While it may taste good, make you feel good, it's certainly not going to do you any good in the long run. Given that, there's a lot, and given the obesity epidemic and how many people are obese in this country, diabetes is an epidemic. That's why we're talking about it. Dominique, welcome back to the show. That call with Michael, I was touched by that call, you know?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, you never really think that somebody on the other end of the phone is having a significant challenge because you think like, oh, they're calling into the radio, but then never really knowing where they're at.
Right. And, you know, it's, you know, he can't see to go on the internet, right?
Mm-hmm.
He can't do it. He would need somebody to help him, you know. And Michael's been listening to this show for a long time. I remember when he first called in.
He's up by Holly Hill, right?
Yes, he's near Philly. You know, he's a nice man. And we have so many people that listen and watch the show like that. Lest we forget, people are looking sometimes for simple answers to things, right, Dominique?
Oh, absolutely. And I think that the most answers can be that way. I think in some ways we complicate things that don't need to be complicated, and there really are either a black or a white answer. And then, you know, sometimes there are things that are in between. But I think more often than not, it's full and basic.
I think a key word today in our conversation about diabetes is the word, starts with the letter G, and it's not Garco. or Gary. It's glucose. Glucose, glucose, glucose. There are so many things that affect glucose. Just listen to this list of what hormones affect glucose directly. And you don't get taken back by the fancy words or whatever. I just want to give you a sense of how complicated glucose can be. Antidiuretic hormone, thyroid hormones, the hormones of the adrenal cortex, the hormones of the adrenal medulla, the hormones of the pancreas, human growth hormone. Hypoglycemia affects your glucose. Hemoglobin A1C, which is a measurement on the panel. You can measure your glucose. There's a thing called MODY, mature onset diabetes of the young. This is all about glucose. But there's so many things affect glucose. You can be a type 1 diabetic or you can be a type 2 diabetic. And we can get into that. But you have products at Jarrow Formulas that help manage your glucose and insulin levels, yes?
Oh, definitely.
Let's talk about that.
Definitely.
Let's talk about that.
Okay. Well, first one that comes to mind, of course, is Jarrow Formula's Glucose Optimizer. So Glucose Optimizer supports glucose metabolism and antioxidant status. So our Glucose Optimizer is a blend of alpha-lipoic acid, banaba, gymnema, bitter melon, eucalyptus, magnesium, and resveratrol. So all have a synergistic combination to help lower blood glucose. So we recommend 4 tablets, but we've heard from many people that it's so effective that 1 to 2 tablets a day can be very effective. So a person doesn't necessarily need to take 4. So the dose can be adjusted. 2 tablets per day with meals is what's recommended, and again, we can cut that down. But I think it's important to understand that blood glucose control is, or can actually be supported tremendously with supplementation. Mm-hmm. Moderate physical activity will also lower blood glucose. One of my other favorite ways of telling patients to lower blood glucose is intermittent fasting. The studies now are just so prevalent now with intermittent fasting having a profound effect on blood glucose levels. So I think in combination, I think if you were to practice intermittent fasting, incorporate some level of moderate activity depending upon what your physical capabilities are, and then supplement with something like Glucose Optimizer, I think you're coming at it from all angles, and you have a really, really good chance at lowering your blood sugar, ideally without any sort of pharmaceutical, depending upon where you are.
So that product, let me back up just a step. There are 2 major types of diabetes, type 1 and type 2. In type 1, you have an insulin deficiency because the beta cells in the Langerhans, the islets of Langerhans, have been destroyed either by a virus or some way. In your body, the pancreas doesn't make insulin anymore. Then you have type 2 diabetes. That's an inadequate response to insulin, where your cells are resistant to the insulin because you've been pumping it out so much. So type 1 is insulin deficiency. Type 2 is inadequate response to insulin. Given what I just said, wouldn't that product be for type 2 diabetes?
Absolutely. Oh, no, definitely not for type 1. Yeah, we're strictly talking about type, I think you and I are talking more predominantly about type 2 diabetes today.
Right. Insulin resistance, that's the hallmark. I repeat, the hallmark of type 2 diabetes. There are more than a few people listening and watching may be experiencing and not even know it.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory